What is up, Bat Family? Welcome to Batman Theory, where we take a deep dive into comic books, movies, cartoons, and everything in between that has to do with the Dark Knight. So guys, before we get started, I could ask if you could please subscribe to the channel if you do like what you're watching. It really means a lot to us. We're growing on YouTube. Only been around for a couple weeks on here. Our goal is to get the first 1,000 subscribers. As soon as we hit 1,000, we're going to be giving away a really cool backlit Batman sign. So all you got to do is comment in the video and subscribe, and you automatically enter for the giveaway. Now let's get to the video.
And here we go.
So guys, I want to do a fun what if video. I want to do more of these, so let me know if you really like these. It kind of depends on, I guess, the reception we get, and kind of depends on what people think of it if I'm going to do more of them. So today's what if in Batman Theory is, what if Batman joined Ra's al Ghul in his quest to purify and purge the earth of criminals and of bad people. Now, depending on the Ra's al Ghul we're talking about, Ra's is always a radical, but it depends on how radical he is. Sometimes he wants to just start with the League of Assassins, start a whole new world order, and essentially pretty much wipe out everyone. Sometimes he wants to just wipe out half the population. Sometimes he just wants to take out criminals only. So it really depends on the race we're talking about. For the sake of this argument, we're going to talk about probably the most popular race, and that's the one used most, and that's the race that will really just want to purify the earth and bring back natural balance and a natural order of things. What that means is millions of lives will perish, most likely billions. We're talking probably 2-3 billion of the 7 billion people on this earth. So he definitely is an extreme radical, but he has a goal. Now, Batman up until this point has never joined Ra's. They're actually in one of his many fortresses that is above a Lazarus pit, and we start there where they are dueling one-on-one with swords. The two warriors stand in front of each other, locking eyes. Batman feints to the right, Ra's swings and misses. Batman then parries another quick shot from Ra's, an attempt at stabbing him in the gut.
You'll never win, Detective.
You're a madman, Ra's.
That may be so. I have a goal in mind, Detective. The world must be purified. Join me, and together, you are my worthy successor. We can purge this earth of the scum and villainy that infiltrate it.
Batman paused for a moment. He looked around. Everything Ra's has built for 400 years of being alive on this earth has built in a vast empire.
Think about it, Detective.
Ra's said.
You can have everything. My daughter, a new world order with no crime, free of pollution.
Free of freedom.
That is up to you to decide, Detective.
Batman pushes away and disengages. He drops his sword. All right. Ra's stands there stunned. Let's do it. I want to create a new world order. Ra's stares bewildered.
I must admit, Detective, I am a tad surprised at your response.
I've been fighting for 20 years in Gotham. Things haven't gotten better. No, they've gotten worse. Perhaps something is needed. Perhaps more radical changes are needed.
Finally, you can see.
Ra's said.
The world order needs drastic measures. The earth has become too impure, but I am dying, Detective. I don't have much more time on this earth. The Lazarus can only keep me alive and young for so long. And now that I have you,
Ra's stands back and lifts up his sword.
I no longer need myself. My purpose in this life, on this earth that I love so dearly, is now complete.
Ra's reaches out with the sword and disembowels himself.
Goodbye, Detective.
Ra's crumbles to the floor. Ra's! Batman runs over. Talia rushes over and assures Batman, who wants to get Ra's into the Lazarus pit. This is not what he wanted. Batman is now the successor of the League of Assassins. So one thing, before we keep going into the video, guys, is I do think Ra's, when Batman was going to take over, I really do think Ra's planned on dying. I don't think Ra's planned on staying alive too much longer. He's been around for, depending on the iteration, anywhere from 400 years to 800 years. He's been around a long time, and he wanted and finally found a worthy successor in Batman. And now that he decided to join him finally, the search is over. His quest is complete, and he can die in peace. What now then? Batman says to Talia. She informs him that it's time to ready the troops. It's time to start the New World Order. Batman walks over to the control panel up in the fortress. Talia informs Batman that it's up to him ultimately what happens, what they do from there. I know Ra's has a satellite in space called Icarus. Icarus has the ability to face scan anybody in the world. We can use this technology along with Wayne Enterprises satellites to use every person in the world, anyone who's ever committed a crime, anyone who doesn't deserve to be around anymore. Talia smiles, initiating Project Icarus. Batman launches the sequence, pushes the button, and the satellite fires up, begins rotating around the Earth, scanning every single body. Computer says it's going to take a couple days to get everybody. People that don't come out, we'll hunt them down ourselves with our team. It's time for a change. It's time for a new world order. And with that, Batman launches the League of Assassins out. Country by country, continent by continent, they scour the Earth, purging the world of criminals, purging villains like the Joker, purging petty criminals who sell drugs, petty crooks who steal, and most importantly, those who stand in their way. I honestly envision a world, I really do think Ra's had the technology and really had the money, and along with Bruce with the money and technology, they both had the means and the resources to inflict a lot of pain on this world. And I really think with their abilities and their powers combined and their resources combined, I really do think with Batman as a master tactician, I really do think that they could create a new world order. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Like I said, this is my first ever one. If you want me to go more in depth on these do take a lot more editing for me, so forgive me if I don't do them all the time. But if you do like them, I would be happy to do more. I enjoyed doing this one. Basically, like I said, I do envision Batman and Ra's would be one of the ultimate team-ups. I think that if Batman ever went rogue, I think Ra's would probably be the most likely candidate for a partner with him, because they do share a lot of similar goals and ideas in mind, but their ways to get to the end game are vastly different. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day and stay safe.